everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones Cooper, and today I'm sitting down with Beth Ditto. Known as the lead singer of the band Gossip, Ditto is here to talk about her role on the Showtime dark comedy On Becoming a God in Central Florida, where she plays Bets, a woman who tries to stay supportive even as her husband and neighbors get caught up in a pyramid scheme. Take a look.
You didn't have to get me something.
I know I didn't have to, but I went ahead and did it anyway, so.
Oh, Arnie Gomes, if there is a bunny rabbit in this box and you didn't poke holes in the top,
Come on.
it's not moving. Oh my. I love it. Arnie.
Put your hands together for Beth Ditto.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love morning time.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'm a
hate the
morning person.
Oh, I'm the night person.
Not me. I'm both, kind of. I burn the candle at both ends.
So you're like, what are you? You have so much energy. So are you in the morning like, let's do
I
something?
take
Let's go.
Vivarin.
What's that?
It's a caffeine pill. I love it. My mom takes it. She was a nurse, so she took a lot of Vivarin. Yeah. She never breastfed. Well, maybe she did. I don't know. Should we call her? Mom, how are your breasts?
Get her phone. Let's call your mom and see. No, just
I will call her. Oh my God, she'd be
I
hilarious.
love that
Hi,
you're a morning
baby.
person. I feel like this will be a good interview. Then we'll like balance each other out because I'm
Yeah.
just sort of getting woken up right
Yin and yang. Are you really?
Yeah,
What time did you wake up this morning?
Oh, like, I don't know, 7:50, I think.
Oh, good for
Yeah,
you.
7:50. But I'm more of
Yeah.
like, if I could stay up till 3 or 4 every morning and like write and watch things, it would be great.
Yeah.
Like that's sort of my zone.
I like to sleep until, I like to stay up till like 2 or 3 and then sleep until about 9:30 or 10 if I can. Yeah. I don't sleep at home because I'm so excited to do stuff at home, but on tour I sleep a lot. Like I'll sleep for like 12, 13 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Probably because you put so much into your shows, which we'll talk a little bit about your music
Am I
later.
doing?
'Cause I think your fans will say that you do.
Yeah. Like
but-
all 3 of them.
Oh, you are such a lie. You have so many.
You are.
You're
How
a
dare
lie.
you? Does it have the Old Navy sticker on the bottom still?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
You're good.
Just yesterday, it had that little elastic in between. I was like,
So first, I want to tell
On
you,
sale.
congrats
Thank
on the
you.
second season.
I know.
Of On Becoming a God.
yeah, we just found out.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And this is your first series that you're a part of, right?
This is my second actual acting
Gig,
thing at all.
But first series. The first
yeah,
was
for
a
the
movie,
series,
right?
yeah, it's the second one, yeah. And so like the first, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because we found out really suddenly too. So it was like, oh, is there going to be one? What's going to happen? So yeah, luckily I'm really used to just being like, well, I'll go when I'm told, like you just wait around. So yeah, it's crazy. It's in New Orleans and like, there's a lot going on. It's crazy to be back in the South again, It's really crazy. It's crazy to be that close to my family because I haven't lived that close to my family in a really long time. So it's like really nuts.
I was going to say, do you have more opportunities to get back now?
They come to me.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, it's much better. It's like 6 hours, like which, is relatively close, Yeah.
I'm excited that this show is going to have a second season because it is a show that like episode by episode, a layer is peeled back and you get...
I haven't seen it.
You haven't watched the show?
No way, man.
You can't, because you can't watch yourself?
No way. Yeah. And like, it's like, what are you going to do? Just like fast forward. And that's even worse. You're like, God, if you thought it was crazy in normal time, wait till you see you in like
Well,
fast
let me
forward.
tell you, it's a great show, and your
Thanks.
performance is really, really great and
Thanks.
heartfelt and loving. And she's like, Beth's the character you play, I think is just like very much the heart, and she's gonna support and love these crazy people no matter what. Is that
She's
how you would
doing her
describe
best, I think. Yeah, like I really like, not to sound too serious, but I took Bets, and when I was reading it, I was like, okay, who in my life reminds me of this person? And it was my sister-in-law, Crystal. And I was like, how would she react to this? Like, she doesn't curse, and when she does curse, it's crazy. And I was like, that's Bets. It also helps that my name is Beth and her name is Bets, and I have ADD, so it was really nice that they were similar so that people weren't like, Cynthia. And I was like, oh, me.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I still did that, though. Plenty of times.
You mentioned you're from the South. You're from
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
This takes place in Central Florida.
Yeah.
So being from the South, you felt like that helped you kind of know who Beth is.
It's in the 90s.
Yeah.
And like when I explain to people, I'm always like, okay, here's the thing. Like Central Florida and Arkansas, like places like that are Southern, like people don't really put them on their radar. They're like Nashville, Mississippi, like Texas, which is its own,
its own
wild world.
Yeah.
But like, so like, I really can relate to her, and like, in a way that like, for instance, like, and I always repeat myself, but in 1994, you know, the year Kurt Cobain died, and like, it was like grunge and punk and like Riot Girl, like all these really rad things. I still had a perm and bangs, like in a silk shirt, like Color Me Bad, you know, like flowy silk shirt, like maybe some stirrup pants with a nice pair of Eastlands, like that were not from. Not from Pennies. They were probably from Walmart.
Bad. That just like brought.
I know.
Up
I just want to sex you up.
Yeah.
You know. I just want to sex you up. Ooh, 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 ooh. And you can't sing. She said
Yeah.
she couldn't sing backstage.
I can't. I really
Backstage.
can't. No, I can't.
On the other side of that curtain.
Let's go and talk about the show a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It is about a pyramid scheme in Central Florida, and Kirsten Dunst plays this really kind of ballsy
Amazing.
woman who's just
Yeah.
conning her way up to the top of it. I think just to tear it all down. I'm not quite sure.
I think that really what she's doing is you can't beat them, join them, and like, you know, there's also like this working class, borderline poverty line. You know, there's an element which I can relate to. There's like, I'm not going to be poor again. I'm not going to do it. I am comfortably middle class, and I love it. And like now in my life, that's how I feel. And I feel like it's so relatable, especially in that part of the country. Like, I mean, everywhere, but like down there, I just really feel like there's this sort of resilience that is very specific to that part of the country. And, you know, like she's working at this like water park that's like outside of Orlando. It's like with all the other huge water parks, and they're like, you know, there's like this, it's just gritty. Yeah. And I really like that about it. And she plays it so well. And her Southern accent is so good, which is a pet peeve of mine. And which is a pet peeve of mine. And her Southern accent is really great. But her character is really strong. I don't think that she's necessarily like trying to tear it down. I think that she's just trying to make it work for her. You know, she's like, instead of being like, you know, she's worked so hard, she's made it, like all of these tragedies have happened, and she's just like, you know what, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. I might as well just like do the damn thing.
She's
and
not going to go back.
She's doing. Yeah, she's not going
back. She's not going to go back. But part of a pyramid scheme is, even if you know that is a pyramid scheme, you still have to bring in the people you love, right? For it to work.
Absolutely.
So that brings in Bets and Ernie, her neighbors.
Well, there's two kinds of people, right? You know, Bets and Ernie. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm Ernie. There's two kinds of people. I think they're the people that do bring in the people that they love and they're conscious of it, which is the guilt, I think, behind, you know, Crystal. And then also they're the kind of people that actually think they're doing a good thing for the people that they love, which is Ernie, you know. And and Bets is in the middle of that. She sees both of it. Like she smells a rat, and then she also knows that her husband is like the most genuine, beautiful soul. You know, he's just a beautiful man. He works hard. He loves his family. He's sweet. And then you have Crystal, who's like so many people that I grew up with. Like, you know, those girls who are just like a little bit rode hard, you know. And, you know, yeah. So I think Bets is really an interesting person, because you think that she's like, she takes a lot of shit, really, and then in the end she's just like, well, you know what, we'll see how much she can take, you know,
because she does seem naive, but at the same time I feel like she's like an empath, and so she's very much sensing and knows, and like I can see kind of down the line where that could go either way.
Right. And yeah, exactly. Like empaths, they know both. Like you can, because you do have empathy, or like because you do sense people's emotions, you know if they're negative or positive, you know.
Let's talk about Mel Rodriguez for a minute.
Oh my God, Melvin!
We love. He plays your husband, and I love the marriage
on and off
you
screen.
guys have built. I love the marriage you guys have built on screen. It does feel so relatable and so loving.
Yeah.
And so, what was it like building chemistry with him and just working with him that way?
So easy. Like everybody was so easy. I honestly can't tell you. Like I think coming from a punk scene, which is like, you know, tries, for the most part, like one that's politicized, like one that in a way that like tries to be radical and like inclusive and like just really like feminist, queer, like it's all of these things. Like coming from that scene, I think if I was going to somewhere like Los Angeles and working with different people, like with a different attitude and a different like perspective, like the coming at life in a completely different way, I think it would have been very difficult. But because of the people and the location, I feel like there was a lot of like people just working really hard. We didn't know where the show was going to go. You know, it started going, you know, it was going to be on the internet. It was going to, you know, the net. You ever heard of that?
Interweb.
The web, the World Wide Web, www.com.
HTTP.
url.edu.gov.co.uk.france.
.net.
I love to tell people when they ask me my email. I have a Yahoo account.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, thank you. Why change it?
Leave it.
I have 2 emails now, and I'm like, great. Just another place for JCPenney to send me the bill. You know what I mean?
Or Old Navy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, come
Oh
on.
my God, don't get me started. And this is not a plug. I love that place. Love that place.
Why not? Make it a plug. Sponsor her, man. Come on.
I know. Give me my dresses. They always have this one cut of dress that I really like. It's not this one, but they always have this one cut of dress that really suits me. Yeah. No pun intended.
I want to talk about this shift into acting. You mentioned you had one movie role before this, then you're on a series. What was it after being so successful in the music scene that you were like, okay, I'm ready to try something new, maybe have a second act in acting?
People asking me. Like, I never would have thought. I wasn't like, you know what? Now's my time.
Right.
It was like everything for me has been really lucky. There's been a lot of privilege in it. It's been really lovely. Like, I feel like a lot of it, like, I think what really happened was Gus Van Sant, who is like, you know, like from Portland, yeah, and gay, and like, did I just out Gus Van Sant?
I think you're good.
I think we're cool. We're cool. I think that really helped. And also, like, he's from the punk scene, too. Like, he knows, like, he was telling me, like, all these people he knew from Portland back in the day. And I was just like, what? Like, it just blew my mind. But I think he was, like, when, you know, there was a movie, because I only work in projects that have extremely long names for some reason. But it was called Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot. And they needed a redneck woman. And I was like a big redneck woman. And I was like, can do. Like, done and done. I was like, okay, Aunt Linda Gale, you got it. So that, you know, that was like, he was just like, would you read for it? And so I was like, yeah, sure. And so I went in there and did that and just talked. And then I was like, I'm going to be honest with you here. I have no idea what the script, I did not read. I don't know any of these lines. And like, it's funny because it's like studying. Like, I didn't realize that acting is just actually just like remembering your lines. And I was like, I was such a good cheater. Like, when my friends would go into like school, tangent, when my friends would have like chemistry 5th period and I had it 6th period, they would tell me all the answers. Crystal, who reminds me of Bets, who is now my sister-in-law, but like she would remember all the answers and write them down. And before I would go in, I'd be like, A, B, C, 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 D, E, E. Like, if it was multiple choice, or be like number 6. Yeah. So I was just like really good at remembering shit. Birthdays, remember them. Like, it's a thing.
What about phone numbers?
Pretty good at it. Not as good as I used to be.
Well, none of us are.
But you know what's, yeah, that's true. But I still remember my best friend's number from my, like all my passwords are like my aunt's old phone numbers and stuff. It's a really good idea if you remember people's old phone numbers to use those as your password.
That's really cool.
It's like, that is a life.
I've never thought about
advice. It's a good one, yeah.
You're filled with so much good advice.
What do you want? What do you want to know?
Well, now I want to
What are your problems?
I've got so many. So
Don't we
many,
all?
Beth. I do want to talk about gossip real quick.
Okay.
Because I know you guys did a couple shows this summer.
We did.
You did a little reunion.
Long tours. Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And so what was the most surprising part of that? Because you guys kind of disbanded in 2016.
Yeah.
So what was like just the surprising part about getting back together?
Nothing. Is exactly the same. People were like, what was it like? I was like, wow, this is going to be crazy. And it gave me a lot of anxiety, actually. And then when we got back in the practice space in Portland, like, it was just like Nathan playing over everybody. Because Nathan has ADD, and I'm pretty sure is borderline Asperger's. And then I'm like for real. And then there's me, who's just straight, just will talk over everything. So it's just Nathan playing something, me talking over everything. Hannah, who has her shit together, like, you know, the butch, straightforward one, just tearing her hair out. And then just being like, stop playing! Can we play a song? And then me and Nathan are like, there's like, just, it's like a clown car. And then Hannah's like the driver. Yeah. So, like, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. The best part was, like, the inside jokes coming back, because when you're on tour, you're, like, in this little pod, like, of people, and you're moving together all the time. So, like, you really like. I mean, think about it. Like everything that you do is in this little vacuum, and so you'll go home to people, and they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "Oh yeah, you weren't there. Sorry." And so you don't see those people for months, and then you're like, finally, you'll be like, "That's what she said. Remember?" You know, it's really crazy. But that's the best part is the inside
It's like
jokes.
home a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
you guys
it is.
came back together.
It is like home in both ways, the dysfunctional ways and the funny, in the cool ways.
That's a band.
Yeah, it is a band. It is a family. It is like, you know, it's like a marriage. It really is like being in a wild open marriage. It's wild. Not that I've
Sounds
ever
like
been in an
fun
open
and
marriage.
confusing. Yeah. So
Sounds fun and cool.
yeah. Did that inspire any future shows that you guys want to do together, or was it just sort of just
Nope.
like a that's it?
Not really. I think I love gossip, but also like Nathan moved back to Arkansas. Like he's so far away. I'm not going to Arkansas for any extended amount of time. I was just there in May for 2 weeks for like my nieces and nephews' graduations, and I was just like, oh, graduation great. Just, you know, my family great. But Arkansas, I'm just like, God, cannot wait to get out of there. I can't get out of there fast enough. But I mean, there's beautiful things about it. Like I always feel like I have to be like, don't get me wrong, Arkansans. But if you're Arkansan, you know.
So on that note, then musically,
Get us back on track.
no, we can go as off track as you want.
We got 4 minutes.
Yeah, there's.
Can
a
we
lot.
start that over?
Just take it back to 20, please.
Yeah,
we
we're
need
gonna need some-
24 minutes.
I didn't answer shit.
You answered everything. Yeah, you did. I am interested. What inspires you musically now? Are you still writing? Are you still working on music?
I've only listened to Missy Elliott, The Real World, and Paul Simon for the last 10 years. So there's not a lot going on. Can I tell you the story about meeting Madonna?
Please.
Okay, speaking of Paul Simon, this is not a name drop. This just came up. This is how obsessed I am with the same record. So, met her once. I'm friends with Jeremy Scott. This sounds like tootly toots, but follow me. He was like, she's going to come to a party. You should come. I was like, yeah, no shit. So, I go. She shows up, long story short. And the only thing I talked to her about, well, we talked about a couple things, but I tried so hard to convince them that Call Me Out was one of the best songs ever written. I was like, look me in the eyes, and you tell me that's not the most amazing video ever made. This is the person who made Like a Prayer. Yeah. Like that video, you know? And I'm like, no, Chevy Chase in that, flawless. But I really believe it. I'm like, it is the best video ever made. My dream is to have Gwendolyn Christie and me remake that video.
Do it.
I know.
You know her?
She keeps saying no. Yes, I do.
You've asked her.
Oh my God, name drop town. I'm so sorry. Also, this one time that I was hanging out with Lucille Ball.
Wait,
Dog.
wait, can we talk about
sitter?
Gwendolyn Christie? You've asked her and she said no?
I didn't ask her directly. I'm a little shy about it, but yeah, I think her people said no.
I think maybe you should slip into those DMs.
Yeah.
And just throw it out there.
I know. Gwen. Gwen. I mean,
hashtag.
I know.
See?
Yeah,
Look, you're
we'll start a
manifesting
campaign
already. Win,
Campaign.
win.
Tell me that wouldn't be iconic. I mean, it's pure comedy. Burr, 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 burr. Man walks down the street. It's so good. It's so good. God.
Are you writing music right now?
I'm always writing music. I will start a new solo record. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm taking recommendations, like for sounds that you'd want to hear. I usually don't. I hate to hear not other people's opinions. I don't mind that. I'm really good at taking criticism, like too good actually. But I really want to hear what people think that should happen next. I'm 39. I feel like I've done all this. I'm 38 actually. I know I don't look a day over.
When's your birthday?
February 19th. Oh. What are you?
February 18th.
Oh my God! Do you know how many
Aquarius
that's Yoko.
Pisces cusp.
Aquarius Pisces cusp.
We are very
Do you know
special
how many
people.
people I know born on that day? So I can't even tell you. Michelle T, Yoko Ono.
Yeah, Yoko Ono.
Yoko
Vanna
Ono.
White, John Travolta.
See? Do you know who was born on my birthday?
Michael Jordan? No.
No. Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, which is awesome. It's like people that they're like in Carson McCullers, the author. See? Wow.
I like that
Southern
you
Gothic
knew-
novelist.
I like that you knew the people born on my birthday.
I do because I know so many people with that birthday. Like tons of people. Like like growing up, I knew tons of people. And then my friend Cody from Shun, he's also on the 19th. But on the 18th, I know so many people.
I think it's a nice little time to be born, though.
Do you know what I was told? It's gross. Well, because I asked my mom. My mom has 7 kids, and 4 of us were born in February.
What's 9 months before that?
Mother's Day. I was like, that's the shittiest. That's what she said to me. She was like, Mother's Day. I was like, gross. And not because my mom is a sexual person. Obviously, she is. She's my mom, and I came from her body. But, like, the idea that, no, it's just like, that's the gift you got? Gross.
No.
That's all you
we're-
get?
We're the gift they got.
Yeah, I guess so. Some gift.
I got to switch it in my head. Because
You're like, oh, you're on WIC? You want to be on WIC for 2 more years? You're like, cool. Get all those Cheerios and powdered milk. Yeah.
This made me legit dry heave on camera, and that's never.
Wait, because you're sick to your stomach or you're happy? Was that a happy puke? Hashtag.
It was a visual puke of Mother's Day.
Visual
What
puke.
happened.
I know, but also it's like, get a card. And I'm also like, is that what my mom wanted to do on Mother's Day? She probably worked all day. She's like been receiving macaroni necklaces, you know, like paper plate, smiley faces, and then who's getting the real gift? My
Honestly,
dad?
A child could be the gift or the not gift, right?
Yeah,
And that's
well, the
more
real
work.
gift
Yeah.
was the 5 seconds. And I'm like, Mom, you deserve so much better. Yeah.
You know what? She got you.
She sure
and
did.
You've done
You're
a lot
welcome,
of amazing
Mom.
things, so
Yeah.
everybody wins.
Everybody did win. Ew, gross.
Oof.
Ew, gross.
That was a
That's
tough.
what grosses me out. Is I'm just like, gross. Gross. Get her a candy bar. Anything.
Roses, a massage.
Pick
not
some
from you.
flowers. Yeah, a massage. Yeah, that's not gonna lead up.
Everything leads.
How
back
did
to
this
sex.
happen?
I don't know. How did this conversation happen?
We
I have
are
all
almost
these visuals
birthday
going through my
twins.
head.
What year were you born? 92, Forrest, 97?
I am 33, ma'am.
Oh, 33 is
Okay?
a good year.
We're in the same bucket.
No, we are not. Don't let my lipstick get on my chin.
No, you look great.
Lipstick chin.
Let's go to the audience real quick for some questions.
Yes, I love
All right.
questions.
Where's the first one? Back here.
Hi.
Hello.
I was just wondering, for someone who's explored like multiple mediums, if different mediums other than music have inspired your songwriting process, like visual art or anything like that.
I do love visual art. I think what inspire like other mediums. I don't know if I call it a medium. I love people. Like mostly things like I can't explain it. I just really am, like I'm a people person. Like I really love people watching. I love their stories. I love everything about them. I'm like, tell me about your mom. I just like, it's really like interviews are difficult because I just want to be like, tell me more about you. Yeah. Like I love people and the different feelings that they give me. And like, really, it's like, I don't really have a lot to say. Like, I'm not super like, it's like so many of my friends are like walking encyclopedias of like art and like I'll be like, yeah, Cloud Cahoon, amazing. but I don't really know a lot about it, but when I see something beautiful or see something sad, I know it. And basically it just all comes from God. Just kidding, I don't believe in God.
What is the last
Don't
thing,
tell my mom.
What is the last
She
thing
knows.
that inspired you to write a song though? Was it something political, something
It's
personal?
it's usually political and personal because to me they're so intertwined. It's like seeing so many of my friends struggle and seeing so many people struggling and so many just really like coming off of something so incredible and then going to something so deeply it's a tragedy and it feels very sad. So it's been really difficult to like people people have been like, where's your political songs? And I'm like, they're sad songs. They're like I don't feel anthemic at this moment, I don't really I don't even feel as angry as I do confused, like what's next, so like emotions, it's just like it's just like like stream of consciousness or conscience.
I think you said it right the first time.
I'm so bad at that.
Consciousness.
And the word steer and stir.
Steer and stir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm stirring my car, when I'm steering my oatmeal. Like, I get them confused so bad. I know. Do you steer your oatmeal?
I feel like that's a good sentence for somebody practicing a Southern accent.
Yeah,
to say.
steer and stir.
Steering
Steer and
my
stir.
oatmeal. Okay. Last one.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I like that you came up here. I hope you have multiple questions.
I only have one, unfortunately. What's
ask me,
this is
do you
from
want my
our
email?
website. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, Fancy. Fancy. Unfortunately, you can only get the Reba McEntire version, but Bobby Gentry is my jam. Fancy, yeah. That's kind of like, it's so beautiful. Do you know that song?
No, I thought you were talking about the Azalea one.
Nope. Nope. Let me down. And also Valerie. And also X Factor, Lauryn Hill. Everybody.
you.
It could all be so simple, but you'd rather
You know
make
what
it
I
hard.
would give to hear you
That's what
sing
she
some
said.
Amy Winehouse or Lauryn Hill? Jesus, that would be great. Do you
Yeah,
go
let's go
karaoke
to.
a lot?
Oh my God, I love karaoke.
Yeah.
I love it because I love to see people who've worked all week and they're like, it's karaoke night. And they're so good at it, you know? Like that one person who someone's always gonna do Total Eclipse of the Heart. Always. Someone's always gonna do Love Shack. Someone's always gonna do Journey. And they
is a
do it
Battlefield.
every week. Love is a Battlefield.
That's mine.
Classic. Is it really?
It's mine.
You say you can't sing, but you're gonna sing Pat
Oh, I
Benatar?
can't, but I like starting out on the whoa, whoa, because it's just like we're gonna
Warm
come in
up.
real hot.
Yeah. You're
and
gonna
then like ease in.
ease
right,
into.
that warms
I
up.
haven't. I heard you harmonizing to that song. Was that you harmonizing?
That was probably Kate, our stage manager.
Was that you? Really? Oh, I didn't even know you were back there. Not to be rude.
I sound like Tony Braxton's brother. You know what I mean? It's like real
Tony
deep,
Braxton
it's
with a Y?
real deep and raspy.
Hey. I'm Tony Braxton with a Y.
With a Y.
Anthony Braxton. I love Anthony Braxton.
He is so underrated.
He is really overrated.
Really, all those
actually.
sisters just overshadowed him.
I know.
It's sad.
Bullshit. The Braxtons. Braxton's Hicks.
Beth, you have been the perfect way to start my day. I
Oh, good.
I told you I'm not a morning person, and this was just like I'm so awake and
I
so
like to lift
alive.
people up. You lift me up. Thank you. I'm glad you had a good time. I mean,
Your energy is so contagious, obviously in person, but also
that's not the
on
only thing I have that's contagious. What's the simplex of herpes that's on your lip? I have that one. Anybody in here get cold sores? Anybody? Nobody's gonna admit it? That's cool. Because I have a secret for you. 1 out of 4 people have the herpes virus. And that means somebody in this audience does. A breather. Ever heard of it?
I feel like in New York, it's like 1 out of every 2 people have
Yeah,
it.
everybody here has it. I look out and everybody's just like covered. I'm like, yep. I get them so bad. That's yeah. So those are contagious.
I'm not quite sure how to transition out of that one. What I
No,
will say,
you don't. The herpes lasts forever. Waka waka.
I think you're in charge now. I don't know. Where do you want to go with this?
What's your mom's name?
Rita.
Rita.
What's your mom's name?
Myra.
Myra. Rita and Myra. And I'm from Nebraska.
You are?
Yeah.
What part of Nebraska?
Omaha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omaha, huh? Nice beef you got over there. They love steaks. Why is Omaha known for steaks?
Because we've got nothing else but cows. It's just cows
That's
and corn.
true.
Yeah, it's great.
Cows and corn. Da, 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 da. Do you miss it?
Do you miss Arkansas?
Nope.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, Beth, I really enjoyed watching you on this show.
Thank you.
Like I said, you really are the heart of it in so many ways. And
Thanks.
I just love
I'm
the
lucky.
cast.
Thank
And the
you.
whole dynamic. And I'm happy that there's going to be a second season.
Me too.
Yes. Congrats on that.
Thank
if you
you.
guys want to see this beautiful woman on screen, make sure you check out On Being a God in Central Florida. It airs every Sunday at 10/9 Central on Showtime. Put your hands together for Beth Ditto.